It is time to input some data. You may do this manually or acquire the data from a file. To do it manually, select Data Acquisition and Manual Input. Select the instrument, the control, and the date. There is one analyte per row, and each row has 3 columns, A, B, and C, corresponding to the LUTs. If there is a mean, it is displayed on a green background or on a blue background if it is a temporary mean. Input your data, for example 23 and 70, and press check. A value is shown over a red background if it is outside the limits of the total error or standard deviation specified in the configuration. Press Save to record your data in the database. You may acquire your data from a file, but of course you can imagine that different instruments and file hosts provide different files as there is no standard. We need therefore to configure one or more drivers to interpret those files and make them understandable to TQC. To configure a driver, select Data Acquisition and Drivers Configuration. Needless to say that the data files must be either structured text files or XML structured files. TQC provides 2 default drivers named default T and default X, where T stands for text and X for XML. You may edit these files with the text editor and create new ones on the same basis and save them. You will find an extensive explanation of some examples in the appendix of the manual. Now that we have configured our drivers, we may import some files. Select Data Acquisition and Import from Files. Select a driver. Browse for the data file to be decoded and press Upload. Now for instruments, slots, and analytes, you will see on the right the codes of the file, and on the left the possible associations of TQC. So just select whatever corresponds. That is it. Now, all you have to do, once you have matched those values, you press Save, and your data are imported. By default, the items that have been previously matched, that is during a previous import, are not shown. If you want to see them anyway, select the Show Existing Associations on the top right of the form.